What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to another episode of the Nonstop Review. I'm your host, as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
Those of you familiar with the show probably already know this, but for those of you who are new, what we like to do is ask Rick what he thinks the plot of the episode will be, based entirely on the title, for he has seen very little, if any, regular show. Today, he will be predicting the plot of the episode known as Fortune Cookie. Rick, what have you got for me?
So fortune cookies, they are a thing in the real world. I think the gang, the extended gang, are going to get one too few fortune cookies, and whoever is the one stuck without getting a fortune cookie is going to get obsessed with getting one, and there's going to be none at the Chinese restaurant, so they're going to have to go on a quest to find the fortune cook who cooks the fortune cookies. Goes through a long and arduous training montage of learning how to cook fortune cookies, and then at the end goes, it's too much work. And I think that's going to be Rigby.
Okay, I'm going to give you 0 points because, one, you mentioned one of the main characters by name, which I think shouldn't count, and the only other thing you got right is the fact there's fortune cookies involved, which, considering the title of the episode, I don't think is fair to give you.
Sure.
So, nil points today. Nothing else to say, really. Rick, do you want to remind the audience at home what we're watching and count us in?
Yeah, regular show, Season 3, Episode 14, Fortune Cookie. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yeah, I think saying Rigby does a thing isn't really meriting a point, in my opinion.
Oh, no. It was basically going, eventually the children were rescued by, let's say, Mo.
I also think that's cheating, because I think Rigby doesn't know how to play poker. It's a Chinese restaurant, there's a good chance it's not shit.
Oh, so they're doing it the dim sum way, where you just get whatever's coming on the trolleys.
Okay. Hey, I've never been to this type of restaurant.
Yeah, it's just a Chinese where they come round with a trolley full of stuff, and it's like sushi.
I understand how it works just by looking at it, Rick. I'm just saying it's not something I've ever been to.
Yeah, I've only done it once as well.
You are very unlikely to find a pearl in an oyster that you order from a restaurant.
Yeah, I think edible oysters tend not to have pearls.
Well, because pearls are pretty much made from dirt.
Well, it's nematode worms, typically. Because, like sand, they go through tons of sand all the time.
Okay, so if they're getting a free meal, surely that just means, here's your pearl back because we're not paying you for it.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I'm just reminded of the Simpsons bit where they're like, change is good. Oh no, the fortune cookie says it. And then they cut to it. It's like we're out of change is good. What should we do? Just send out the fucking stay the course cookies, because that's all it actually is.
It's you will find happiness with a new love.
There you go.
Then open up the stick with your wife get barrel. And the Rick and Morty version of this, where you can make the fortune come true by eating it.
So we got Black Cat, cracking the pavement, breaking a mirror, and walking under a ladder.
What a wanker.
I mean, at the same time, if the bus is full, you can't have someone on there.
Well, in the UK you can. Because, the standing room in the bus.
Okay, but you shouldn't. That's what Benson wears normally.
Yeah, nothing. But this time his ass is out, so he's double naked.
I did see the image recently of, like, in order to draw an arse, all you need to do is draw 5 lines.
Yeah.
Like, every single time. Doesn't matter what shape. What perspective the arse is in. All you need is 5 lines.
Okay.
I never want to be attacked by a horde of wasps.
No. My mum and auntie were once attacked by a horde of wasps. Actually, no, they were hornets because they were on the ground. By stepping into their nest unwittingly.
Yeah, but they don't know.
No. Oh, bastard!
So unnecessary. Let's play Donkey Horse, which appears to just be Pong. But you control both sides? What?
Yeah, Super Donkey Brothers. He's got 2 lots of the high score. And
Not
then he
even
eventually...
hitting the buttons. Where's GBF? Bullshit, you made that up. Jesus Christ, that is actually the real scam that fucking Bobby Garrett Ferguson ran. Not the character, but the real person he's based on.
Yeah.
Of like, they had their own magazine, and that's part of the reason why all of him and all of his posse have all these world records, is because they ran the magazine that just ran with it and went, yeah, this is true.
Yeah. Shame.
I've forgotten the dude's actual name, and that's going to bother me now. But we shouldn't name it anyway, because it's loosely based at best.
Yeah, it's loosely based, and his worst part of what he was accused of wasn't actually true.
Yeah, he's still a scumbag, he's just not that level of scumbag.
Yeah.
It's also such a weird thing to get hung up on as a world record you didn't actually get. Like, no one gives a fuck but you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, knowing his lucky he'll have lost his phone.
Oh, worse.
Well, disconnected is usually because you're not paid your bill.
Yeah, so it's worse.
Oh. Yeah, he huffed and he puffed.
That's a good point. He's going to a bridge. I'm joking in a dark way, but I think that might actually be the joke.
Yeah, there's yeah. But also, if he's having bad luck, he'll probably fail to kill himself.
That's not funny. Oh, it's worse. He's falling into a gambling addiction hole. Guys, I lost the puck. This is actually a gambling addict's rationale.
Yeah. That any amount of things that have happened recently have any bearing on the probability of the current thing.
Well, there are new... How could he possibly gamble the park away? He doesn't own it. Did you hear that, Rick? He's a Warlock.
Yeah. He's a Warlock.
Not a patron, just a Warlock.
So he's taking the park.
Yes. I mean, he won it fair and square, technically.
Park Warlock fanny pack.
I don't blame Muscle Man for not understanding the warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Rigby. Beat the fuck out of him. Kick him in the kidneys.
Yeah, just give the villain the bad luck charm.
Well, more important than that, you gotta get rid of Benson's bad luck.
Well, you can do that by giving the bad luck charm to the villain.
That's not how that works. He needs a new fortune before his fortune can go away.
Okay.
So you got to bear in mind, you got to have two people who had fortune cookies. You don't know if the Warlock had one.
Sure, okay.
Trampoline! Oh, God, we're idiots.
Trampoline!
Sometimes I hate this show.
Little bit. Oh, and that only works because he's lucky.
I love how Benson doesn't even yell at him or nothing. It's just like, fine. There'll be a time to be mad, and that time isn't now.
Yeah, he can do it, and then he can punish him later.
Nothing is over! Nothing!
Yeah,
I think it's
that's definitely Roger Craig Smith.
Muscle Man, close enough. Yeah, probably. Like, he is just a regular occurring character on this, isn't he? As a character actor. Only 3 of them got fortune cookies.
Shit. Okay, so yeah, it was Muscle Man that did it.
Yep. Muscle Man's a douche.
Yeah.
That one is pretty funny. That one sounds slightly pornographic.
Yeah.
Just getting fucked by a fucking Nintendo Switch controller. Okay, it would be funnier if it wasn't Muscle Man, because now I've got that pictured in my mind and I wish I didn't.
Oh, yeah. He's got a Wiimote up his arse.
Well, I wasn't... you're the one who explicitly said it. I was just leaving it to the listener's imagination, like a good, honest Brit. And then you've got to be like the devil and be like, yeah, imagine this guy shoving a fucking controller up his arse.
You know who else has got a Wiimote up their ass? My mom!
Okay, Rick. Thanks for keeping the tone steady. What do you think of the episode?
It was fine. It's pretty much what you expect from a fortune cookie episode. And yeah, once we were on the roller coaster, you knew where it was going. It was kind of cool. How about you? What do you reckon?
Yeah, the episode was fine. It was a bit boring and predictable as far as regular show goes, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. We've just been spoilt for fantastical episodes lately, so whatever.
Yeah, I've had a couple of good ones, but even then, like formulaic is not bad. Sometimes
I didn't say it was formulaic. I said it was boring.
Okay.
But anyway, Rick, what's your standout favourite moment?
When Benson gets his robe ripped away, and he goes from having a robe to being naked, and everyone is shocked about him being naked, but that's just how he looks normally.
Yeah, but they also gave him an arse for no reason other than to see
he's got an ass. Yeah. I think the only way to make him look more naked was to give him socks.
That's a you problem.
Yeah. But yes, how about you? Do you have a favourite moment?
I guess my favourite moment was just, by the way, we're playing cards against a Warlock for no reason, because that's probably the most regular show thing that happened in this episode.
Yeah, and like there was no lead up to it. It's just, yeah, that's what he was doing at that moment.
Yeah. So let's add to our MVP board, Rick. Who's getting it for you from you today?
Well, yeah, it's got to be Benson, because he had all this shit happen to him, and he rolled with the punches until, he was ready to give up, and then, luck finally came his way.
Yeah, I mean,
how about you?
Bear in mind, the start of the episode was literally just Benson being like, man, I've been on such a hot streak lately. And he wasn't a complete dick about it. He's like, I've been lucky. I'm going to share my luck by taking the gang out for a nice, succulent Chinese meal.
do love that video. A succulent Chinese meal.
Yeah, he's out of prison now.
I think he is, yeah.
No,
Democracy manifest.
Wasn't a question. He is, I'm telling you.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. But yes, how about you? Who's going to be your MVP for today?
My MVP today is going to be Mordecai for being the moral backbone throughout. Like, even from the initial stealing of fortune, Mordecai was like, hey, Rigby, that's not cool. And Rigby, being the little cunt that he is, just went through with it anyway. And Mordecai never really let up on that point. He was always like, this isn't cool, dude. And it wasn't until, like, life-ending bullshit was occurring that Rigby was turned around. Because, again, Rigby is a cunt.
He is.
Like, a truly awful person. And I don't say that lightly. Kudos to the team for making a truly reprehensible protagonist.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's a nice little bow wrapped around the Fortune Cookie episode. Join us next week for Think Positive.
Yeah, bye everybody.